It's Mike Jones. We're here at Firefly and the Unlikely Candidates. You boys helped to kick things off yesterday. How was the show, guys? Do tell.
It was amazing.
Amazing. Phenomenal.
It was awesome. One of the best of the year for sure. Like,
how many times have you guys played here at Firefly? No, it's definitely not your first round.
This is our
two.
second, yeah.
This
Okay.
is two, yeah.
We were trying to figure out who's been here the most. We think the Killers have played here the most, 3 times so far. In 10 years, that's a lot.
Yeah, that is.
You know,
Yeah.
for sure.
We were here last time. It was back in
2013, 14, something like that.
Well, like Follow My Feet just came out
Yeah.
right then.
Yeah.
So everyone was singing along to that. Well, now you guys have a couple more songs to sing along
man.
to.
A few,
Did you see that transition so we could talk about Panther Island?
Well done.
Finally.
This is why we love you,
a
Mike.
segue.
Thank you.
You have
Thank
a
you,
gift.
boys.
You have
No,
a gift.
Panther Island, you guys got the album out.
Finally.
It's only been a decade and a half. It's only been forever.
Next
It's
year
our-
finally
it's our
came.
Chinese democracy that we wrote in like 8 months, basically. Yeah.
How does it feel finally having the debut album out? I've been waiting years to ask you guys this question. We've known each other for a long time, and I finally get to say, hey, boys, who we've talked millions of times,
Yeah.
how does it feel to have your first record out? It's okay.
No, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think already we're like,
We're working
let's
on the
get
next
the
one,
next one
yeah.
going. Yeah.
Oh, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
That's
Number
right.
2 already.
Oh, we're going.
We're not going to do 15 EPs, maybe a couple singles.
Oh, man. No,
God,
we've
I
done
hope not.
those.
Someone
We've
might
done those.
try to put out.
We got some laughs over there about that one.
Next year.
I don't want to say.
Whoa. If we're locking in 2023 already, that was a Cole exclusive right there.
We're gonna try. Like, I would love to put out an album a year if we can have strong enough material, because we haven't been able to for so long. I'm like, now
gotta
that we've
catch
got
up,
some
yeah.
momentum, like, I literally want to put out as much music as possible.
Well, and you guys were separated, like, didn't have the whole band together during the last couple years,
Yeah.
too. So that, you know, when
It's
you're
nice.
like, here we go with the album, we're finally good. No, that puts a cramp in everything.
Now we can kind of do it.
Yeah,
full
now you can
scale.
get that going. By the way, how's your head, Kyle?
Oh, I'm fine. See, that video was from the 311 tour.
Okay.
I've had so many people ask me, they're like looking at my head, like, how are you? Like,
I've been looking for
the
stitches.
scar.
Yeah.
I think it was like last week. We were like, oh yeah, we forgot to post that. We should post
Yeah.
it.
And then I get like a deluge of messages like, hey, are
you okay?
Hey, honey, are you okay? Like, my mom's like, I'm like, how do you not know? Like, this is.
So for anyone that didn't see, a video just went up on your socials at The Unlikely Candidates or at TUC Band,
Yes.
whichever one you prefer, Instagram or Twitter. Kyle was bleeding like you were in a steel cage match, brother.
It was bad.
Brother. But it was from the 311 tour a while back.
Yeah, I like jumped. You know how I am up there.
You're
I was-
wild. You're
I was
out of
running
control.
around, and I like hopped up under this hanging monitor stack, and I hit my head, and like I knew I hit it pretty hard, but I was like, it's probably just like a bad bump. And then I like put my hand to my head, and it was just like, it was
Crushing.
covered.
Yeah.
And I just like, when it's bad, because you can see people in the audience just like gasp.
Wincing.
And then
But
I'm
there-
like,
but there's also, like-
yeah.
we know it's not that bad because you're still singing.
Yeah, you've
we're
seen
like,
it when
all
it's
right,
bad.
I think
like,
he's good. Keep going.
Yeah, it was.
I think you did better after.
Probably. I was just like, I can't believe it's happening again, because I've torn, I think, 3 ligaments on stage and broken my foot. So like, this is kind of.
Did you ever stop a show for any of that?
Nope.
Wow.
Never did.
That's a warrior right there.
That's
Never
how we
did.
know it's bad, though.
Because if you
he
stop the
stops
show,
If he
then you
ever
don't get
stops.
paid. So
Well,
we have
yeah.
to keep going.
Okay, well, let me rephrase that then. Did you stop the show for a minute or two and say, guys, my foot, let's keep on going?
No, I think
No,
we
I just
kept going.
usually know.
That's
just
a
kept
sign of
going.
a pro right
Yeah.
there.
We
Or a
usually
man that
see
just
it in
wants to
his
get
face.
paid.
Yeah. Whatever my motivation be, I soldiered on.
That, hey, you got to do what you got to do. I really like the video you guys just put out with the Rockin' 1000. I know
Yeah.
you filmed your part, just like the 311 accident.
Yeah.
You filmed your part earlier this summer in Paris. But
Yeah.
how'd you guys hook up with the Rockin' 1000?
See, it was through this guy, Mike, and he has like this app that's like, he's just bringing a bunch of different like acts together. Like, it's us and Rocking 1000, I think the Struts, and like a bunch of other people involved. He's kind of linking it up with like investors, like NFT people, and he's like, hey, come, we got 2 weeks notice. He's like, hey, can you learn David Bowie and come to Paris? And I was like, if the check clears, absolutely. And the check cleared, so we were in Paris like 5 days later, and like we're getting dressed up in little French clothing, and like there's like Parisian models walking by because they're in the set too. And it was just the weirdest days of my life.
Definitely,
Like we were in this little courtyard in Paris. There's like a bunch of Parisians just like watching us, and like a model in like in a jacket made of roses is driving around us on a Vespa, and I was like, man,
What did we get ourselves
living
into?
I'm in a fever dream right now.
What is happening? But this is a day of work when you're a musician.
Exactly.
You know?
I wish that was like the
Every
true.
day, yeah.
I wish that was true.
But it's cool. If you guys haven't seen this, it's a video where you have the Unlikely Candidates in Paris and then the Rockin' 1000 joining them for Space Oddity.
Yeah.
And it's so cool. Like bringing that
awesome.
all together. Have you guys met? Did you guys get to play with the 1000?
We did. I mean, we did the flash mob with them on the bridge. We haven't played like in the stadium with them,
Right.
which would be insane.
That would be amazing.
But like,
we got to see the show when we
Yeah.
were in
Yeah,
Paris.
we were there at the show,
and it was
awesome.
amazing.
It's pretty incredible. Like, see that many people, and it's like, it's all volunteers. So these are the people that like. This is, you know, they've got day jobs and they come here and they get to like be rock stars for a day, and like there's so much emotion that comes from that, and it was like really special to watch.
Have you guys seen the movie they did where it showed how they formed when they got together, played Learn to Fly to get the Foo Fighters to come there to Italy? Have you guys seen that documentary?
No.
I haven't seen the
I haven't
documentary.
Okay,
seen the whole thing.
you gotta
I've
watch
seen,
the
like,
documentary.
I've seen like a short down.
Yeah,
like
I've seen that.
It's about 90
short
minutes,
part of it.
and I mean, what you guys got to do was really cool. You got to experience it firsthand to see how it all came together, how it started. Like you said, 1,000 musicians volunteering and driving from all over the place just to play. And even though they're playing Space Oddity or Learn to Fly, they're kind of
Yeah.
easy songs.
Right.
But for 1,000 people, that's an undertaking.
Crazy, yeah.
It's like
It's
a
insane.
compelling, like when you're in that stadium hearing that whole.
It's
band
emotional.
play, yeah,
It
it's
is,
emotional,
yeah.
man. It's like, and everyone in the stands is just singing along.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's
Me
like
and Brent
the
were
coolest
like
thing.
swaying to like "Don't Look Back in Anger." Like I was at like a football game, completely surrounded by like there was like 80,000 people there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It was the first post-COVID stadium show in France.
Paris.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a great way to come back. You
It was
know,
nuts.
Like you're not going to get that in a small club or anything. They have to play as big as possible.
It's true, yeah.
And the amount of electric, and I can't even imagine the electricity bill
we
for that.
looked at like all the we looked at all the chords, like to everything on like, you know, on the field, and I was just like, man, whoever has that job, I don't
Sound
care.
guy
It doesn't matter
is
how
not-
much they're getting paid; they're
Yeah.
not getting paid enough.
No,
Yeah.
and you have to lead from like the top of a scaffold. You can't be on the ground. Like you have to lead from above. Like
Nuts.
the conductor is God up there. He
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
to do all that
Yeah.
stuff. All right, guys. So what's next for the Unlikely Candidates? And I have one more Bowie question for you before we wrap this up.
We're on tour October through November on the East Coast, and working on new music.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And Cole said new album next year.
Next year, yeah.
Sure.
All right. I'm going to take Space Oddity out of it. Modern Lover, Fame, better Bowie song.
Fame.
I like Fame.
Yeah.
Fame.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if it's the better song. I just like that song.
That's fine. That's your
Yeah,
choice.
yeah.
That's your choice. My choice is
Yeah.
Modern Love.
That makes sense. Like
They're both. They're both.
It's a better
classics.
song, but like I can jam out to like Fame anytime.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
So I like that
That
one.
one's got a good groove.
Yeah.
Wow. Unlikely Candidates here at Firefly. Boys, thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, to see you, man.
Why don't we go get a drink? Those look delicious.
Let's do
Let's
it.
do that. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone.
Awesome.